With all the things that have been happening lately, we've been hearing a lot of news about this coronavirus. All of you guys know that this virus is spreading very quickly and that it's a very dangerous one. The more we hear about this number of cases and the number of people who die from this virus, the more afraid and anxious we get. So how concerned should we be from this virus? I have been doing some research from multiple places, and I stumbled upon a great book that helped me a lot to better understand viruses in general. And this is what I will be going to share with you today. So today's book is called Pandemic. In today's book, I will be talking about some of the worst viruses that we have encountered in the past and how they relate to the corona. And then I will talk about why is corona more dangerous than we think it is, and what can we do to prevent this virus from spreading and affecting us. So, a long time ago, like thousands of years ago, people used to get sick and have some common symptoms. Symptoms like coughing, runny nose, and sneezing. We all get sick with the seasonal flu and have those symptoms. In old times, people were able to treat those symptoms by using plants, honey, and sometimes even herbs. However, they only treated the symptoms and not the cause. And that's because they couldn't know what was causing those symptoms. And the main reason for that is that viruses are very small microbes that couldn't be seen by the human eye. We couldn't see viruses for hundreds of years ago until one day the microscope was discovered. I learned that for every virus there are 3 phases that the virus goes through for its development and the rate of spreading. Phase number 1 is known as endemic. This phase starts very small, where it only spreads in one place. And big example for that is the coronavirus that we have today. It started only in one city, and this city was Wuhan in China. Phase number 2 is known as the outbreak. This is worse than endemic. Here, the virus doesn't just stay in one city. It didn't just stay in Wuhan. It started advancing more in other parts of China and some other countries like Iran and Italy. Then finally, phase number 3 is the phase that we're in right now, and it's also known as pandemic. This is the most dangerous phase. Any virus that gets to this phase becomes a big alert and dangerous for our humanity. Although some viruses have a death rate that is very low, meaning that the chances of it killing the people that got infected with this virus is very low. And an example for that is of course the corona. But they might have a very high spread or transmission rate. They are very contagious and they spread easily, as we're seeing right now with the corona. So the question is, why and how do those viruses and illnesses spread so easy? Well, every virus spread in some specific way. The coronavirus, for example, spreads in a different way when compared to other viruses like cholera, E. coli, or Ebola. But we need to know that there is one thing that's common in all viruses, and this thing helps them to spread very fast and easy until they get to the pandemic phase. We need to know that those viruses need a body to host them so that they can replicate and grow fast. Some viruses host in the animal bodies, but others are perfect for the human body. Those viruses have the ability to advance from one body to the other very easily and in many different ways. It could be a droplet, it could be through physical interaction, or any other way. So the best environment for any virus is within large crowds of people. The more crowded people are, the easier it is for the virus to travel and spread around the world. Let's take an example. In 2003, SARS virus was spreading very quickly. The story of the origin of this virus is very interesting. Let's go back and see how this virus started only in one city, and in just a couple of weeks, it was able to spread to 5 different continents around the world. SARS in 2003 started with only one person in southern China. Many sources point that this virus transferred to that person from an animal source. So this person went to the hospital to get treated for just normal flu symptoms. As we know, dry cough, fever, and sneezing. Nobody expected that this could be a new virus known as SARS. Now, the doctor who treated this patient didn't know anything about SARS because the medical community at the time didn't know anything yet about this virus. The bad news was that the doctor was infected by that patient. The doctor later traveled to Hong Kong and stayed in some hotel. In that hotel, the doctor had some contact with other 12 people. One of those 12 people was a flight attendant who then traveled to Singapore and got in contact with another person who then traveled to Frankfurt in Germany. Are you still following me? The virus then spread to 5 different continents around the world within just a couple of weeks only. So the point here is that those crowds make it really easy for the virus to spread. Now in these days, it is very similar with the coronavirus that is spreading very quickly and faster than many viruses that we have encountered in the past. It is best to stay away from crowds and even just stay at home to protect yourself. Practice the social distancing that everybody is preaching about right now. Wash your hands every 20 minutes for at least 20 seconds to make sure to kill the virus if you have it. Stay away from people that cough or sneeze, and stay away from crowded places just in general. Let's now look at another potential reason that caused the spread of any virus. We're talking now about waste management, or basically hygiene. In the end of the 18th century and early 19th century, cholera spread very widely in New York. The reason for that rapid spread was because cholera was present in the waste of people in the city, and the city at the time didn't have any procedure to get rid of this waste safely. So the cholera was spreading very rapidly between those people. This can happen in any country or any region around the world. When we don't have a waste management system, it becomes easier and more likely for our viruses to spread and affect us. I really hope I was able to touch at least some of you guys and leave a positive impact on you. Please take this thing seriously and protect yourself and your family. You don't really know what it feels like until you or one of your loved ones get infected. So stay wise, stay home, so we all as a humanity can beat this virus and go back to our normal lives. Thank you for watching this video. If you agree with what I said, feel free to let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, feel free to share it with others. And let's stay strong together. Until next time, bye bye.